How's it going? Let me do an audio check here. Okay. Sounds like I'm coming through fine. Just went live and I just posted that I was going live, so it wasn't much heads up. Let me see what the price of the Sh'vhal is at on the exchange. I imagine there's not any up. There's people offering to buy them in the trading channel for 1.7 billion already. Promo packs haven't really come down at all yet. To be expected. That just went live. Chris, how you doing? So items. If you are putting money into the game to buy promo packs, make sure you're going and getting the duty officer bundle. That is a much better. It's a much better return than the R&D packs. Especially these Delta Alliance packs are worth so much more than any of the others because the Delta Alliance DOF packs themselves are really important for getting like the crit DOFs and things like that. So I'll just check one last time here before I go. Might pop open a few boxes actually too. Old Cronus, how you doing? Okay. Hold on. Why is UPS pinging my phone? Okay. I'm gonna be terrible and gamble just a little bit. Let me make sure I've got enough EC. I'm gonna buy a couple packs here. Not too many, but just a few. What's our time at right now? 10:38. Okay. I'm doing something terrible here. I'm gonna gamble. This is 810 million EC worth of promo packs. I'm gonna wait a few minutes. Well, first I'm gonna see what UPS is pinging me about. Apparently my package is not that far away. Terrible. Okay. 10:39. Do I get lucky and get a ship? Halfway in and nothing? And that there is why you don't gamble. I mean, I know it was only 30 packs, but that's why gambling bad. Because that is 810 million energy credits that I just straight up lost, basically. But that's how the gambling goes in this game. What I'm wondering right now, I think I'm going to put the ship on casual. So Martin, have you ripped open your packs yet there, buddy? I know you were talking about getting like 3 of the big Zen bundles on McStew's stream there to go and gamble for this. It shouldn't come as a surprise to pretty much anybody that I'm going to set this up as a torpedo boat. That's sort of what I do right now. Need to dry dock something. I could just discharge this. Expensive. Let's just go with that. So how's everyone doing today? You're still at work? Gotcha. Dark Ghost, how you doing? Okay. I gotta go grab a T6X upgrade for this thing. I forgot. It'd be nice given how expensive these ships are if they, just came automatically upgraded, but I know Cryptic's gotta get their money. Let me know if the stream's lagging at all too. It's saying that it's had quite a few dropped frames and things like that. I don't know what's been going on with that. Yeah, gonna be busy here in an hour or so, so this isn't going to be the longest stream. I've got a package coming from UPS here, hopefully not too long from now, with some new radiators and stuff that I've been waiting for my computer. So I'm going to be taking it all apart and just putting some new hardware in my computer. Not any like new graphics cards or CPU or anything like that. Just redoing the loop because I've been having some temperature issues with my computer. So because of these lovely loadout bugs, which, by the way, for anyone that does not know, the reason your loadouts constantly are getting screwed up right now is because they made a change to them a few weeks back, which they are now claiming is a bug, but they were talking about being like the new way it was going to work in the Reddit Discord, I think. And I could be wrong, but basically what they're saying is that every time you change a map, it's going to load your last loadout. And I believe that was done intentionally, but the feedback to it has been very negative, and I'm pretty sure that they're backtracking on it. So right now, whenever you change a map, any changes you make are reverted. Like, it loads the last loadout you made, so if you make a change and you don't save it, you're screwed. So if you make any changes to a build right now, make sure you're saving it, is basically what I am trying to say. And where's my last torp here? Someone's probably wondering, why am I putting like a full-on torp boat setup on this? And once again, that is just it's my play style right now. I do a lot of high-end runs, and I'm probably going to take this into a high-end run later this week. Yes, they tried to force loadouts on everybody, and now they're backtracking because the reaction to it's been negative. That's at least how I'm looking at it. Correct. Okay. Red, how's it going? So the console on this thing, I guess we should look at the stats. +3 shield power, +22.8 to shield restoration and regen. Something's telling me that this console, the passive stats on it aren't amazing. Really, it's down to how much you need the clicky. And I still think that the clicky on this is fairly significant. That is the largest teleport that we have in the game, longest range at least. But I'm going to take it off for right now, because the likelihood of me using that when I do take this into a run is fairly slim. So putting my exploiters on. Yeah, shields don't matter. Michael, how you doing? Yeah, it's thankfully I had a promo box sitting in my bank. So this was easy for me to pop, but I do want to get one on SOB also. So that's gonna be a bit expensive. I'll probably just wait until it's down to like 1.5 billion. Yeah, it's skill points and not percentages. That's yeah. If it was percentage based, like plus 20% shield capacity or something like that, it'd be a little bit better. But as is, I don't care about it. Um, Thank you. Um, VSS, you got shafted. I mean, nah. I had the promo box sitting in my inventory and decided to go for it. I did get shafted. I opened 30 promo packs, just at the start of the stream and got screwed. But that's to be expected. I mean, for me to get my last promo box, I had to open over 200 promo packs. So, it's the old saying of if you really want one of these ships, just buy it off the exchange, buy it off another player. It is so much cheaper to go that route. And Gallius, glad that you were able to catch it live. I don't think the ship is necessarily overrated. I think a lot of people aren't big fans of the ship or the design it has, but I think it'll be a fairly capable ship. It's just not for everyone. The torp meta stuff is not something that everyone likes, and it's not something that everyone should like. It's a different playstyle. So I need to what? There it is. Yeah, I haven't missed much. I've been live for 12 minutes. Yeah, I do like. Now I don't have every last vanity shield on this character. Um, but I do have. What do I have here? I barely have any actually. If I'd put this over on SOB, I would have had more vanity shields. But on this character, I just do not have. But that's not a good sign right there. I just put the Dyson shield on, and it still has a lot of the red of the original skin. So maybe it doesn't mesh too well with all these other shields. I don't know. I don't have a ton here to test. Oh no, the red's gone there. Okay, that returns the hope that some of the shields are going to look pretty good. I don't have an account wide unlocked like Section 31 or Bowel Shield. I didn't. I have them on SOB and didn't feel like paying the money to get them unlocked on, through the Dill store. Yeah, that looked like bark. Okay, what am I missing here? I'm gonna get this set up and then be like, Spencer, you missed like one of the most important consoles. I do think at a minimum, the ship should have had like a hangar bay. That if there's any complaints that I would have about it, it needed a hangar bay. So I'm gonna dump all my power into aux, rest in engines. This is a torpedo build. I know a lot of people are tired of seeing torpedo builds, but I'm sorry. That's the play style I play. It's the way I play the game right now. I'll do DOC3, DRB1, and is there any other temporal ability I should slot? I don't need any uncon because the runs I do are too fast for uncon. Tractor beam, charged particle burst, I guess. Yeah, you would think for the turn rate, definitely that it would be a little bit better, or like just have the like the hangar bay. Yes, it does have a secondary deflector slot. Apollo, how you doing? Also, let me know if I get too dark here. I've barely got the curtain cracked right now, so not too much light in this room. Back to the stations. I'm gonna swap these two around. I'm gonna make this into a tactical. Yeah, it's got a commander temporal seat. Paulo, nice to meet you also. Always glad to help. Yeah, I think the ship looks very nice. So the way I'm going to set this ship up, the way that I'm going to actually fly it when I do take this in to run it is, it's going to be a full-on torp boat. I'm not going to be able to do any runs right now. The team that I run with doesn't usually do runs until very late in the evenings, and we can only go a few times a week. So I'm not going to stream for 36 hours for them to all be on. The trait. Yeah, let's see if they've changed it at all. While above 80% max shields, activating any shield healing bridge officer ability grants to self 100% crit chance and 200 severity, 2 weapons for 4 seconds, and once triggered, will not trigger again for 20 seconds. Now, I saw somebody on the comments on the video where I talked about this saying that I was wrong or something, saying that you'd be able to refresh the duration, but that's not how it works. If it's got a 20-second lockout, you're going to be able to activate it. You'll have the 4 seconds of it being up, and then it's going to be on lockout for the next 16 or 20 seconds. So the trait has nice numbers. It's flashy enough that people who don't understand the game are going to think that it's insanely overpowered, but it's not good. 4 seconds of uptime is barely enough to do anything. 4 seconds out of 20 seconds, it's not worth slotting. Yeah, I'm going to be taking this ship into, some very high end runs, and I'm telling you right now, this trait is not a good DPS trait. It just, the duration kills it. What is the event I needed to buy to catch up today? So if you haven't caught up with the event yet, you need to, or if you're behind on the event campaign, buy out the current featured event. So buy this out for $20 and then play the event every single day. If you buy out this Pavo event today before you play it, you're going to get 700 campaign progress towards the year-long event campaign. And then you can play the event on top of that every single day and get 50 progress per day. Now, you can AFK both the space and ground queues, but if you do AFK, make sure to go to the private tab and just do it by yourself. Michael, the issue with the Alpha Strike with that trait is if you're doing an Alpha Strike, usually you're buffing up while cloaked, then you decloak and hit a target. But if you're cloaked, your shields are down. So you can't actually trigger this trait on most ships while your shields are, while you're cloaked, because your shields are going to be down. Now, there are a few exceptions to that, but generally, if a ship has a cloak, then, it's going to have limitations there. Yeah, Martin, I will unlock the trait. So I'll just leave my traits as is. By the way, I haven't done a video on this because I've been busy in real life, and like I've talked about last month, there was some burnout last month to be fair. The server performance just sucked last month. Okay, so just to clarify, what you're saying is you're at 2,250 event progress. So you're at 2250. When you buy out the event, if you haven't played it, you're going to immediately get 700. And then you need to get an additional 550 worth of progress. So you need to play the event for 11 days. And so if you buy it out and then play the event for 11 days, you'll have your event campaign completed. I know I'm making that... The way I was saying that was probably a bit more confusing, but yeah, just buy it out, play it for 11 days, and you'll have it with how many you have left to get. Yeah, Michael. I mean, if you're on like a scimitar, the scimitar is the scimitar the only ship that can have shields up while cloaked? I don't remember. I'm having a bit of a brain fart there, but I think it is. Okay, I need to make this bridge officer command. Put CF3 on it. Do I really not have CF3 on this bridge officer? Okay. That's how today's going to be. Okay. My doffs look like they're fine. Bridge officers are fine, so I'm going to save the loadout, then I have to fix the tray. Once I fix the tray, I can take this into some content. Yeah, part of the Thaleron, yeah. That's what I was thinking. It's Daniels? Yes. I like that. Some of you have seen me set these trays up before, and you know how fun this can be. Won't take me more than a few minutes, though. I'm setting up my torp trays here, which I've shown off on some videos before. Oh, I don't have Mind's dispersal pattern on here. I'm not going to be able to have beta. Howdy, Alan. How you doing? Just getting this ship set up and gonna take her out and try it out here in a few minutes. It's just getting these trays set up can take just a little bit of time. And I want to have these trays set up so that I can just load this up on Wednesday or whenever my team flies next and just be ready to go. Take this right into some content and see how it does. And hope for good server performance. That's always the hope. We had probably the first set of good server performance a few days back. Just had some issues we got to work out, especially build wise. But we've made some good progress there, and I think my team's gonna see some nice jumps up in the near future. Potential DPS. For me, it's hard to give an exact number of potential DPS. It's entirely dependent on the pilot and the team you're flying with. But at this point, it's if you're a good pilot and you're flying with a good team in a high-end run, I think pretty much any ship that's like tier 6 is going to be capable of doing at least 1.8 to 2 million. We've gotten like the legendary Galaxy up to 2.2 million, and I think that was with really bad server performance. So with good server performance, that ship could probably do like a 2.3, 2.4. It's just the server's got to cooperate. Good luck getting that to happen. All good, Martin. If you've got to bail out for your work, then yeah, go deal with your stuff, man. But yeah, it's with the DPS stuff. It's just, uh, getting into those types of runs is difficult. I've brought in a lot of other content creators, my group has. We've tried to give them a chance. Some of them, put in the effort, but uh clearly most of them did not put in the effort and are not continuing to get runs anymore. I won't run with some of the other content creators because we brought them in, gave them a chance, and they burned that chance. So uh, they're not getting into the really nice high-end runs anymore. I'm missing two things off of my tray right now. One of them is the Refracting Tetrion Cascade, and the other is the new Kara Webbreaker. In PvP, you're in a PvP scenario, you would absolutely destroy this build, but this isn't built for PvP. I'm missing my new Kara Webbreakers. Where are they at? That's not the point of this build. You want to go home? Terrible. Martin, you gotta get that work done so you can afford to come in and buy these ships. Welcome back, Alan. Okay, taking this into an Argala Elite. Let's just see how it does. Now, I don't have a grab well on this or half the things you would normally want, but I should be able to get through this. Knowing my luck, I'm going to go right in and just die on this thing right away. It's usually how it goes trying to do things on stream. Gotcha. Just read the issue with the Tribble server. Just seeing your comment now. The issue with moving it over to the Tribble test server is the promo boxes over there cannot open up any of the new promo ships. They're listed as, like, in the text as an option, but when you go to actually click the box, you can't open it for it. What did I forget to put on my tray? Well, it's evasive maneuvers and brace for impact. Neojet, how you doing? So yeah, I'm always going to forget something. In this case, evasive maneuvers, fire my mark. A lot of these really nice captain abilities. Yeah, just an Argala. I don't have a Gravwell on, though, which is not great for this. Yeah, that's going so slow. I wonder if my trades got wiped off because it's like Boimlers ain't going off. Let me check. Oh, they're still on. The way I have this set up, it'll do a lot of damage to a large single target, but to other small groups of targets, I need a gravity well, and I don't have one on this build. Oh, I just died. Yeah. REA'd myself there. I think for this, I need to put a gravity well on. That'll make life much easier. And then I'll just grab... I can't... I'm stuck in Red Alert. Okay. So, gravity well 1, and I'll do... I don't apparently have DOC on this, so we're just not going to have DOC for right now. For this content, I might have to put like a photonic officer on because my cooldowns are just abysmal right now. Yeah, Boimler definitely was not enough cooldown reduction there, so I got a few changes I need to make to this build. First things first is going here, or going to stations, and I'm going to put a photonic officer on. That'll help with some of the cooldown reduction. And then I think I'm going to toss like a 38 on. So deflector officer... Being I'm doing a torp boat, I'm gonna drop a mind off for 38. Steven, how you doing? Yeah, all the effects. Freak Boy, I don't know. I asked in the builds Discord, and so we have a channel in there for like solo AFK run strategy. Apparently you can just AFK it, like the space or ground ones. Just make a private and AFK it. That's what I'll end up doing. Yeah. I generally, for me, I don't have much cooldown reduction on, but I'm usually running with a team, so my builds are very much catered to that specific style of run. I've saved loadout. Hopefully it stays. Yeah, the rescue and search is usually what we use to like power level someone through patrols to get a trait. Yeah, I fully expect, and what I'm gonna do for this, I'm gonna slot a side team. I'm gonna slot a side team and save the loadout. I'm gonna slot that new trait on it. I'm gonna drop Ruin for Vanguard Specialist, and then I'm going to drop... For this demonstration, I'll drop Terran Goodbye for the new trait that I already forgot the name of. Totally lost all control. So, once again, this trait gives 100% crit chance, 200% severity for 4 seconds to your weapons when you hit a shield heal while your shields are basically at full HP. I fully expect that this trait will be complete garbage. To be blunt about it, I don't think it's good, and I don't think you should buy this ship for this trait. Did I have R&R? No, I don't have R&R. If you want me to test with multiple abilities here, I can just temporarily slot like a transfer shield strength. So what I'm going to do, remember too, this is a weapons crit specific boost, so it should not show in your stats window. And with me hitting transfer shield strength after the side team, it did not refresh the duration. Now, there was somebody on the YouTube channel that was telling me that, oh, you could just refresh the duration and it would be better. But clearly that was wrong. So I'm going to respond to that person. I'm not going to, be ignorant about it, but I'll just say you're wrong. Just testing to see if the lockout actually works. Yeah, yep, I can do that. Let me slot a second side team. Let's grab fresh from R&R. Yeah, pretty much. Okay, so I know my HUD is going to be very small for most of you, so let me make this a little bit bigger. Hopefully the buffs are much more visible on screen now. That should be much better. So just pay attention to the buffs down here. It's even got a timer on it for the lockout. It's straight up just got a timer on it for the lockout, so I cannot trigger it again until that's done. It does have a lockout. It does not refresh the duration. So yes, the response to that person is wrong. I like that. Wrong. It does not refresh. There we go. So, transfer shield strength does trigger it there, as we see. I hit side team and it does not extend the duration because it has a straight up a counter right on your tray here for the lockout. So there you have it. The trait is not good. Straight up, like, now watch this again. Okay, just you're gonna see the little icon for it up here. 3, 2, 1. The buff's gone. 4 seconds of uptime means that this trait, it doesn't matter if it gives you 1,000% crit severity. If it's up for 4 seconds, you're not going to be able to take advantage of it very well. And then there's the fact of you have to be above a certain shield capacity in order to even trigger it. So the trait, if anybody's going out of their way to get this ship just for the trait, they're just throwing money away. And that's the exact target audience Cryptic wants buying their ships, basically. Yeah, you fire one set of your weapons and the buff is gone. So one set of your weapons is basically getting 200%, crit severity. Trait, not worth it, if that's not clear here. I'm going to take Fresh from R&R back off, and I think I dropped Terran for that. Yes. Turk, that is very much correct. Dave, God forbid you have any tactics in your flying style. Yeah, it just depends, like, what map you're in. There are some maps where you need to be able to zip around, and there are some that, yeah. Tal Shiar Adaptive Destroyer is on sale right now in the Lobby store. Yeah, Deadly Appearances is bugged and just never got fixed. That's a cryptic being cryptic. Okay, so Tal Shiar Adaptive Destroyer is in the Lobby store. I'm going to save this loadout because I'm curious to see what they're charging for it. Augie, how you doing? Let me beam to ground because I want to see what they're charging for that Tal Shiar in the store. Yeah, the Glen is very comparable to the Vulcan ship. I don't know how I feel about this one, to be honest. The Tal Shiar Adaptive Destroyer, um, usually they put promo ships in here, but this isn't a promo ship. The Tal Shiar Adaptive Destroyer is a lockbox ship. So they're putting in a lockbox ship now at the price that they normally would put in the promo ships into the Lobby store. I I don't know how I feel about that one. I mean, there's a 20% Lobby sale. Um, everything's on sale. But the Tal Shiar Adaptive Destroyer is not that good of a ship. That's reason you never see him being pulled out. Ensign Tactical, Commander Tactical, Lieutenant Commander Science, Lieutenant Universal with Pilot, Lieutenant Commander Universal Intel. So Tal Shiar Adaptive Destroyers are about to be very cheap on the exchange. I don't think I'm going to go out of my way to use any of my Lobby to get some, mostly because I'm really low on Lobby right now. I have not been gambling like I was a year ago. Yeah, it's another Lobby sale, Martin. Temporal Vortex Probe Console. I do not do enough EPG builds to tell you. I in that regard, I can't really be that helpful. I'm sorry. Dave, moving target is always harder to hit. I mean, if you're talking about PvP, yes, there's a very much a higher skill requirement to PvP in this game, which is why people in this game don't play PvP. Anything that has a higher skill requirement is very much frowned upon by the player base. But for PvE content, there's not really any targets that move so fast that you can't deal with them. That's why you see Gravity Well. People sit still with a lot of different builds. It's generally the most effective. Generally, the people that are zipping around, and doing like figure eights or 360s around a target, in a lot of cases, their performance is going to be worse than the people that are just sitting still with all the targets in front of them. But yeah, I can't answer on the Temporal Vortex Probe console. It's not one that I have personally used that often. Let me check something on my phone here. Yeah. Parking is very popular for a good reason. And that's because in a lot of content in this game, you're going to be more effective sitting still with your weapons on target than you would be, just flying around with your weapons not always on the target. Okay, so I want to go back to talk about the console here. The console off of this ship is the Regenerative Shield Amplifier. Yeah, Martin, pretty much. Especially EPG builds. Like, if we're talking about what is the most overpowered build type in the game, I know people generally will complain about torpedoes, but EPG has been the most overpowered playstyle for like the last 5 years. Does it set all of the DPS records? No. But universally, regardless of the content, those builds just destroy the enemies pretty much in any scenarios. EPG builds are really fun for doing that. I just don't like EPG builds because there's not as much skill to flying them. Yeah, they're much easier to fly than uh you can just spam bar your entire row of abilities, not worry about positioning much or anything like that. Stargate, how you doing? Yeah, I'm not like trying to be negative towards EPG. It's just it is an easier play style, and I understand why a lot of people go for it because it is so powerful. Yeah, Norlock. Like we were so to clarify, we had talked about, or I had mentioned on May 10th about there being an issue with crit H and crit severity. And we'd even put in right into Prime like some examples of here was a build before Stormfall, 47.6% crit chance. And then here was a build after Stormfall, and it had 7% additional crit chance, some additional crit severity, things like that. We weren't sure where that was coming from, but there was just a conversation last night over in the builds Discord. Um, Distant Night was doing some investigating into it and came to the conclusion that basically your bridge officers are giving multiple ranks of like whatever traits they have. So that's very much not supposed to work like that. And I think we're just waiting on, some official statement on that. Uh, but if that is declared as a bug and it is something that is going to be fixed, then that is something that we're going to have to deal with and we'll have to play part of the table for. I know the timing sucks because uh, I know you guys are doing your runs right now, but this is something we've been talking about for almost a month at this point. Yeah, Jet, there's definitely some skill when it comes to timing EPG abilities, but the overall builds are definitely like it's much easier for somebody to get into an EPG build than it is for them to get into like a high-end Torp or Cannon scatter volley build. Echoplex, thank you. Triz, oh no. Let's take this boat out for another spin. I do want to slot the console now just to at least say that I used it, but I don't expect it to do anything spectacular. So this console basically will teleport you to the target you have selected. I need to fix my bridge officers here. So DRB, tractor beam. One big happy fleet. That's the one off the legendary Miranda, right? The one that gives you the shield pen for your energy weapons. Yeah, that's a pretty good trait. Initially I was hesitant about it and I didn't get it, but I immediately afterwards was like, damn, I wish I went out of my way and gotten that trait. I have never used Synthetic Fortune, so I can't really comment there, Red. I would say to ask about that one on the builds Discord, because there's certainly people over there that have used it more than I have. There's lots of things that come out that I just do not have an opportunity to fully mess around with. Let's just do Infected is the only content in the game that I'm aware of. So I guess we'll just go with that. I've never played any other content. There's there's some really good content in the game. I don't know if you guys have ever tried it, but Gravity Kills is really fun. Really fun, engaging content. Days of Doom. That's really fun. But those are too fun for this stream, so I'm not going to do those on this stream. I'm going to stick to the regular old boring Infected. I get a lot of the reason I'm saying it like that is I get a lot of comments complaining, "Oh, why am I only running the Borg stuff?" or "I'm only running the Borg stuff." It's not like I haven't played the other content. Um, back in the day, I was on some of the first teams to do Corfez when that first came out. I've done a lot of these queues. The reason I don't play them is because I don't have fun with them. I think a lot of the queues we have are very underwhelming. Oh, there's a Sh'vhal up on the exchange for 1.5. Somebody should go grab it. Yeah. So Norlock, this isn't like me. I just want to say too. I sent this to Game Freaks before I put it out publicly. This isn't me trying to like cock block you guys from getting a run or anything. This is just, that is a legitimate issue that we've been looking at for the last month now, basically. And Distant Night actually sat down and put the work in to figure it out. My pre-buffing here is absolutely just terrible, but we're gonna go with it. I also don't have any off spats on, which is meaning I'm not getting any membrane here. Yeah. It's cryptic, man. Oh, I am messing this up today. Wow, that teleported me sideways? What? I gotta test that again. It tested me in sideways on that transformer. I fire my weapons. There we go. Yeah, I did absolutely terrible. I just need to. Half the people in TBC will just mess with me and say, "All hail the dear leader or the supreme leader." I don't. It's giving a bad impression. Someone's gonna think it's like being serious at some point. Nah, but it's funny to see that. Thanks for if Charlie. I don't know if you're listening, but thank you. Yes, that was yes. It is a bit of an ongoing meme, especially within B Team about the Supreme Fleet Leader stuff. You're right, Triz. I'm just lying on my stream. I have definitely told you to refer to me as the Supreme Fleet Leader just to mess with you. Gotcha, gotcha. So that's how it's. I need to look at the text closer. Oh no. I need to put an Oxbat on too while I'm not doing team content because I need to have the ability to self bat for membrane. Let's see. Terrible. Yeah, Triz does have a bobblehead of me. It's quite creepy. I haven't used that yet, but Triz did put a fair bit of work into that, so I have to at some point I really need to make sure I'm getting some use out of that. Let me see if I can find it quick. Yeah, this is what Triz put together. It's a bit. Triz wanted me to use this on the thumbnail, and I haven't gotten around to it yet. But Triz put a lot of work into that, so. Yeah, definitely got to get some use out of the bobblehead at some point, Triz. The new promo ship, I mean, I think the ship is fine if you know what you're getting into. It's a, if this is the type of layout you've been wanting, a Psi ship with Commander Temporal, Lieutenant Commander Command, it's a very good platform for that. Out of the 3 ships we've had with that combo in the last couple of years, this is probably the better. McStud. Be careful there, buddy. Triz is around. Triz gets real excited whenever McStew shows up. Terrible. But overall, I mean, I like the ship. The trait from it we tested here just a little bit ago. It's garbage. The duration kills it, to be honest. The numbers on it are really good, but the way it's triggered and how long it lasts just kills the trait. The viability of the trait from a high end point of view, I'd say. The console, the passives on it, I don't think are the most amazing. Let me get a screenshot of that though to post up on the builds Discord for people that want to see it. So 3-second delay. There we go. We have a channel over on the builds Discord that specifically talks about like theory crafting of new stuff that comes out, things like that. So usually when something is shown off by Cryptic or anything like that, we're going to try to get it posted up on there. So just wanted to make sure to get that new console posted there. Xander, yes. Triz is a very... Triz claims to be a very casual player. I don't know how many of you, know Triz, but he goes around, he talks about being this, like, ultra casual player. Now, if I pull up the infected elite tables on the parser, where do you think I'm going to find Trizander? Where do you think I'm going to find him? You think he's going to be in the 100K range like he tries to give this impression of? No. Trizander, Trizio at Trizio 1, 1.8 million. You want to know where McStew is? Look, McStew, right there. Look at McStew right there. McStew's like a casual, but he's revealed to people that he does some high-end things. But Trizio tries to hide it. Who admins that table? I don't know. Whoever admins this table is an elitist prick. That's all I know. Yes, Wizard. That is true. McStew has a 3K lead over Augie right now. 3K. They're basically tied. Spencer, do you know a good spot to find some dual heavy cannons? Is the Terran Rep the best? So the Terran Rep dual heavy cannon, the Rep set ones, those are the single best dual heavy cannons in the game. Like the Terran. Can I slot them on here? I can. So where's my Terran at? The Terran Task Force set dual heavy cannon is the best dual heavy cannon in the game. After that, if you're really looking to min-max, then the way people usually go is Spiral Wave Disruptors, which are going to be in the Dill store if you own a Cardassian ship. Those are, if we're talking like min-max Disruptor or like min-max high-end cannon scatter volley, then you're going to go Terran Dual Heavy Cannon plus a set of Spiral Waves. The Lucari is good under Rapid Fire or Surgical Strikes. But if you're doing cannon scatter volley, that's where the disruptors just really just destroy things. So I'd never looked at this console because I got distracted, but teleport in front of target, I guess it doesn't specify if you're like what direction you're facing. Okay. Then if you're using rapid fire, the advanced piezos they definitely shoot up. Because the piezos that proc is huge under rapid fire or surgical strikes. Yeah, there's still some I'm getting some messages from Game Freaks right now about the SRO situation, how they're really bugged right now. He's doing some further testing with it. I'll take a look at that more off stream. Yeah, the Lucari rep would be that one would be fine, yeah. Um I think if I was setting up a rapid fire or surgical strikes build right now, I'd probably do a mix. Yeah, Augie, if you go take a look at, I posted in the DPS Discord under announcements. If you recall, we were talking about how there was a massive increase in crit chance and severity about a month or so back. It looks like SROs, it's part of the elite bridge officer code, I'm guessing, that just screwed up some of the existing bridge officers. But basically, SROs right now are giving you all three ranks of the operative trait, is what it looks like, or something like that. So you're getting a lot of extra crit chance. Thanks for stopping by, Triz. But yeah, with the cannons, I might do like a mix, just plus cannon tech console setup of the Spire consoles for plus cannons. Do the Terran, the Lucari, and then the rest out. Did I just drop out? Do you guys still hear me fine? Okay, so it's just my game. Mark B, how you doing, buddy? I didn't realize that microphone was like buzzing into the camera there like that. Game connection, I mean, it's been bad for the last month and a half, to be honest. Like, it traditionally is bad, but it's been even worse. Gables, how's it going? Yeah. It's just the servers being great. So this ship, like, I think if you know what you're getting into, it's a good ship, but it's not a ship for everybody, to be clear. But it is, I think, a good ship. And I want to take it in, um, reroll one of my endeavors here. I need to go and do another Borg TFO. So if anybody wants to join, I'm just going to do... let's form up a Kittimer Elite. Let's do a Kittimer Elite and see how it goes. So if you want to join, put your @handle in chat, and we'll do a Kittimer. I'm not going to be doing a ton of TFOs. I've got to go here probably around the top of the hour. But if we want to just see how this does in a Kittimer quick, we can go for that. Sam, those are in the. I'm sorry if I said the. You need a Cardassian ship from the C store, or any Cardassian ship. But once you have a Cardassian ship, you can go and buy the Spiral Wave disruptors in the Reclaim tab. I think of the. Yeah, it should be the Reclaim tab of the Dill store. Thank you, Alan. Oh, I'm in my keybind. Okay, we're gonna deal with the microphone being right on the screen then. If I'm being a bit quiet now. I'm going down to ground. I have not tried the Viridian weapons out. To be honest, I pretty much just by default ignore weapon procs at this point. Unless the weapon procs have a higher than 2.5% chance to proc, I basically ignore them. Does anybody else want to join for Kittimer Elite? Or Mad Skills, you do? Yeah, the Cardassian flight deck is definitely a really fun ship. So you lost 2.5. What's Game Freak saying? We're gonna have to test that out more. Pick an Infinity T6. An Infinity T6 right now? Oof. I mean, the Styx is always good. I always like the Styx. I think the Styx is just one of the best ships in the game. Alan, you want an invite? No, I always like the Styx there, Turtle. Game crash target? Okay. Okay, then that should be the lobby filled with Mad Skills and Delta there, so... Delta, are you in game? Why is it, like, doubling the names up like that? What the hell? Yeah, it was being weird. Like, sometimes the names mess up there. Stargate, did you get back in? Alan, you can't find the ship. It should be the cross, or which one were you going for again? The D7 Temporal Battle Cruiser, was it? Rob, how you doing, buddy? Okay, I'm gonna pop us in then. So, Kittimer Elite. I wonder if the campaign box just gives the choice box that has the Temporal Battle Cruiser in it. Rob, how's it going, buddy? See, there's that Supreme Fleet Leader comment again. Terrible. Alan, I'll hop into voice chat with you quick after this, and like after the stream here, and we can get it sorted out. We can look for it. Okay, so it gives the choice box. Okay. Oh yeah, look at all these mines. Look at this despawn. Gotta love that entity cap that they have in this game. I didn't pop CF here because I thought this would die real fast. That was my mistake. Oh, there's the gateway. Hopefully we're not letting any probes through. Yeah, I could just teleport right over, right? Right? There it goes. They let me go eventually. Oh, I did not mean to hit that on the sphere. Damn it. My piloting today is not great. As Rob and them would say, I'm currently botting out. The robot code's failing today, boys. Oh, we have a section 31 in here because it's got a... Like, look at how wide this section 31's, like, selection is. This is why people, like, why I hate this ship. Like, look at how wide it is. Like, this is the box to select the ship. It's crazy. The other ship's back here, dead. There we go. I know, Rob. I'm terrible. I am absolutely terrible. Cables, I can't afford a second one of these for myself right now, man. I want to get one of these on SOB. Not necessarily because it's a top performer. The trade-off of it sucks, you know, let's be clear. For what we do. For a high-end level play, the trait sucks. The console is interesting. The teleport, I need to get a little bit more used to. I couldn't quite use it there initially when I tried to, but it let me like jump right over to the other side quite fast. I mean, I think it's interesting. I wonder, and I you know, I think this is more relevant for Hans because he's the only one still doing left-right ISEs. Imagine using that console to go from the left side to the right side immediately. Cut out like 5 seconds of travel time, but it's the question. I don't think a console is worth 5 seconds in a run. Thank you to everyone who joined on that one. That was, you know, it was fun. I feel like this ship, you know, even with me flying it terribly, the numbers still looked fairly good. Like that was just under 600k in a Kittimer Elite, so feel like that's pretty solid. You know, this is set up mostly as a torp boat. Yeah, and it does well as a torp boat. Let me check this message. Okay, so Alan, if you're still here, the box you need to grab from the event campaign, let me pull it up on screen here. You need to grab the 23rd century tier 6 ship option there. That'll give you the option then of one of the 3 ships from that pack. So that would be like the Temporal Light Cruiser, the D7 Temporal, or the Bliss Temporal. So you need to grab that 23rd century tier 6 ship and then grab the D7 Temporal. I mean, the setup I have on the ship is not for everybody, to be clear. This setup is going to do extremely well DPS wise in an infected run, but it's not going to, be a game changer for most people. Most people are going to set up a more traditional EPG style build on this ship. God damn it, Cables. I look at my DMs and that's what I see. You're killing me. Oh, Turtle, very much appreciated, man. I appreciate you. Thank you. This Styx is going to be put to very good use. That Styx is probably going to go over to SOB because that character does not have one. Yeah, the new battery cables. Jeez. So, for people that did not see it, also there's currently a Lobby sale, and the Tal Shiar adapted destroyer is now in the Lobby store. It's already crashing price wise. It's at 525 million. The Tal Shiar adapted destroyer was never, one of the better ships. Let me pull up its stats on the wiki here. So it's a lieutenant commander, intel, lieutenant pilot. You can do something with the ship, of course. It's just it's a bit dated. Is the way that I'd look at it. The trade on it when you hit rapid fire surgical strikes or reroute reserves weapons gives you plus 50 EPG and control expertise for 15 seconds. It does have a neat console on it, the shrapnel torpedo launcher. Passive on that for 3% crit chance. The issue is the console's usable only on the Tal Shiar ships. I really wish that they would just spend some time to go back through and make a lot of these older consoles just usable on any ship. Like, could you imagine if this isn't even a promo or lockbox ship, but imagine if the IFF manipulator or whatever off the Silic could be used on any ship. That console gives 400 debuff. It drops down for each nearby target, but it's a huge amount of debuff. I'd love to see what that could do on other ships. Turtle is not a turtle. Turtle is a whale painted green with a very poor shell drawn on. Terrible. It's not a fully green shell. It does look neat though. You've put a lot more effort into your outfit than I've put into mine. I know my outfit here triggers like Augie. He does not like that I'm still wearing like the default outfit from 2013 or whatever, but that just encourages me to keep it there even longer. Okay, so I need to start wrapping things up. If there's any last questions about the ship, feel free to drop them in here quick. Uh, but I have to bail out here very shortly. Overall, my assessment on the ship is same as in the video. The ship itself is good. The ship itself is a very solid platform. The trade-off of it does not refresh duration. That was tested earlier in the stream. The trait from it has 4 seconds total uptime every 20 seconds. And it only boosts your weapons, and it's going to be hard to trigger. So it's not going to be really worth slotting. It's not a like a meta DPS trait. It's just not good enough. At the end of the day, the uptime's too low. Uh, and the way that it's triggered. I mean, I'm fine with the way that it's triggered, but it should have higher uptime. The console off of it is the Regenerative Shield Amplifier. The passives on it are not that amazing, and I mean, the clicky from it, it's still a teleport that'll taunt things around you. Um, there's still some testing to be done with that from a tanking perspective. I don't think it's going to be the most useful console, but it'll still be fairly useful. Just checking to see if there's anything in chat. Nice, Dwayne. Yeah, that should look fully. That should look like a really nice Borg theme set up there. Gotcha, Turtle. What's your question, Rob? Rob, I'm not going to answer that question. Mad skills, no news. No news at all. So to wrap up this video, once again, thank you to all channel members. Your help is always very much appreciated. I have a video that I was meant to do yesterday that I just didn't get around to. Things happen. So hopefully I can get that out tomorrow or Thursday, and then Friday we'll have the next best of video, and that'll be for cannon scatter volley builds. Or ship platforms, I should say. But that is it for today. Thank you to everyone that stopped by. Next stream will hopefully be on Saturday. I'm going to go take my computer apart and put these new radiators in, so I will see you all around.